Hey guys, Introspection here. So today I've decided to dedicate this video to giving you guys the information you need to stay safe this summer. Now, I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like wear sunglasses, but more along the lines of things that people really should know but don't know. If you live in this area of the world, you're just about ready to use my information. But if you live in this area of the world, well, you'll be ready for next summer. The first thing I want to tell you guys about is the UV index, which just tells you what the UV levels are going to be on any given day. It's published daily in the newspaper or the internet, which is where I'm guessing most of you guys are going to go look it up. And it's important that you guys check this daily, because if you spend a long period of time in high UV levels, it can cause some serious health problems. Now, my research has suggested that the area between 3 and 5, or the yellow zone, should be okay so long as you wear a hat and clothe the rest of your body along with wearing sunscreen. So long as you do this, you'll be fine in the 3 to 5 area. So again, it's daily in the newspaper or where you're more likely going to look it up on the internet. Speaking about sunscreen, one thing a lot of people don't know is that it actually expires. And I'm guilty of this, in all honesty. I've had sunscreens that I've used for several years. And it's important that you guys take note of this, because even though, as far as I know, it won't cause any direct health problems, the problem is that it loses its potency or its effectiveness over time. So after the expiration date, it's probably not going to protect you as well from the sun. So it's really important that you make sure your sunscreen has not exceeded its expiration date. One other note about sunscreen, not directly related to summer. You should probably wear it whenever you spend a long period outside, regardless of whether it's summer, winter, or spring, or fall. Since even though the heat might not be as intense, the UV levels are still there, and to protect yourself, it's probably best that you put on sunscreen where you're not really that well clothed and you're outside for a long period of time. Next up, scuba diving. Now, scuba diving is not something that I personally do or am very knowledgeable about, but I did look into it and did a fair amount of research. As always, my resources will be down in the description. But I've discovered that even experienced scuba divers don't take note of their mouthpiece. This is probably because even if you don't have the correct mouthpiece for your mouth, the equipment, as far as I know, will work perfectly fine, so long as you use it correctly. But the problem is that if you use a mouthpiece that does not fit your mouth for a long enough period of time, you will start to experience severe pain in your teeth. So it's very important that whether it's the one that came with the scuba diving suit, or if you have to go out and get a new one, that you get a scuba diving mouthpiece that actually fits your mouth. Otherwise, you're going to suffer extreme pain in your teeth. Speaking about aquatic areas, there's also something known as swimmer's teeth. Swimmer teeth happens when you excessively go swimming in usually the pool. So chances are, if you are some sort of Olympic athlete or training for a swimming event, or perhaps you just like to go to the pool a lot, you may develop swimmer's teeth, which is essentially when your teeth go from something like this to something like this. Okay, not exactly like this. I did the best with what I had, but point being, your teeth will go from whatever they are now to looking like if you've been smoking for 2 or 3 years. Okay, now, fortunately though, it's not quite that serious. Well, quick side note, if you are smoking, you should look into really stopping. I highly encourage that you stop smoking. And if you are not smoking, I highly suggest you keep not smoking. And back to this. Fortunately, unlike smoking, fixing the problems that are caused by swimmer's teeth are a lot simpler. Just make sure you have regular dentist appointments, and he or she should be able to easily clean it off. Essentially, it's just the chemicals building up in your teeth. So long as you get a good tooth cleaning, you'll be back to normal. Just make sure that if you have any questions, you ask your dentist directly. Next up, first aid kit. I know this one's kind of obvious, but I think it's very important that I remind you how important this is. Fact is that I cannot predict every variable or possible outcome or alternate dimensional possibility or anything like that. So it's very important that you are prepared as such to make sure you have a first aid kit and it's fully stocked. A lot of people often go camping or go out and do day trips and are in quite a bit of trouble because they lack first aid kits. And frankly, this is not something that's limited to just the summer. You really should have a first aid kit around you at all times. In fact, I highly encourage that everybody gets a fully stocked first aid kit and keeps it in their car. Well guys, that is it for this video. I hope I was able to inform and keep you guys safe this summer. Make sure to send this to everybody who you know doesn't know this or might not know this information. If you have any ideas as to how I can improve my videos, any suggestions on what other kind of videos I can make, or just want to tell me how great of a job I did, go ahead and leave in the comments section down below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button right under the video to make sure you can catch my next video in the next 2 weeks. Until then, hear nothing and listen to all. Bye guys.